moving on to the next question, and this one's of particular interest to me. So how is a customer journey map used in the development of a customer engagement strategy? And to kind of pile on an additional question that we can come back to, how could somebody get access to a customer journey map, template or something they could use?
Yeah, I'll answer the second part of it first, because that's probably a little easier. If you go onto Google and click customer journey map, there's probably 500 templates that pop up.
Fair enough.
So that's pretty easy to do. Most of them are visual. When I do a journey map with a customer, I typically start with Excel and I build out a matrix, and then I turn it into a visual journey map. But great question on how to use a journey map. And for those of you that don't know what a journey map is, a customer journey map really just is exactly what it sounds. It lays out the journey that your customer is going to take through the life cycle of their relationship with your company. There's maturity phases, there's all types of things that go into it. And when you build a journey map, one of the things I recommend is that companies pay special attention to the areas where there are handoffs from one group to another. So for example, when sales is handing off to the onboarding team, right? That would be an example of a handoff. And the reason I say that is because that's typically the area of a journey map where there are gaps and the customer experience tends to fall down, right? Sales thinks the onboarding team has it, onboarding thinks the sales team hasn't closed the loop yet. And then the customer is sitting there and they don't know who's going to contact them next. They don't know what to do, that sort of thing. So the handoffs are really important. Once the journey map is built, you use the journey map as an outline to create your engagement strategy. So what I mean by that is you kind of follow the journey map and say, what type of engagement do I have to have with my customer at this point in their journey? Right? If it's an onboarding experience, well, I've got to be able to set the onboarding. I've got to be able to give them the information that they need to join the onboarding program. I might have to give them some documents in advance. I have to schedule it. We have to end the journey. We have to end the journey of the onboarding process. So it's the how and the when of when you're going to communicate with them. And the journey map sets that out. And then, we can talk about measuring customer sentiment and voice of the customer, but that's another piece that's part of engagement that actually marries to the journey map as well. When you measure sentiment is during the critical moments of the customer journey.
I think it's a great point. And, I kind of akin that to pipeline management as well on the sales side, because you need to make sure you're kind of managing where the customers are in the cycle. And so that's a pretty interesting point in regards to the journey map. I appreciate that. You brought
the one other thing I would say about that is people need to understand that the customer life cycle includes both date-driven events and data-driven events. And how you engage with customers for date-driven events, things like annual meetings, quarterly business reviews, monthly touch base calls, might be very different ways than the way you would engage with them on data-driven events. A data-driven event might be a problem with adoption, right? If you're a SaaS company and you see that a customer, they're no longer logging in, your page views have gone down, they're not using all of the features or functions. Another data-driven event might be customer isn't paying their invoices anymore. You get a low score on a customer satisfaction assessment, something like that, or a high volume of support tickets. Those are going to drive different types of engagement than you might otherwise see if you just have a happy customer that's just kind of going along, on a day-to-day basis.